What do the animals care? Of our politics, of our yelling at each other, anger spewing, screaming hate at each other, endless news of world violence. The animals don't care. And when I left the West, I stopped caring too. One of the things that I realized is what we think is important, because we're getting inundated with it every single day. Bad news, politics, things going on overseas, markets crashing, all of this. It's really not as important as you think it is. It's important because it's been shoved down your throat, because they're trying to sell airtime and they're trying to get you to stress out so that you'll keep clicking and watching, and you'll get into a never-ending cycle of watching the madness. But the reality is, it's not that important, and it all has a way of going away. Everything gets figured out. And after it gets figured out, let's sit right here. There's a nice place to sit down right here. I love this. It's kind of a beautiful little area here. You see a big alligator come up behind me, let me know, okay? The things that I thought were so important, the things that were stressing me out in life, and I have a way of just taking in information. I like to be informed, and that made my life stressful when I was back in the West. I was constantly knowing what's happening in the news every day. I had to find out, with my morning cup of coffee, and it messed me up. Mentally and physically, it messed me up. It would mess up my stomach. It would mess up my sleep. I would get angry at my family members. And I'm like, why am I angry? It's because of what I'm watching and what I'm hearing constantly. When I turned all that off, everything became more peaceful. And guess what? The lights still come on. People are still going to work. People are still happy and smiling. They make you feel that stuff is important, but it's not. Okay, what's happening overseas is gonna get figured out. If people are fighting it out for politics, if people are fighting it out for what's gonna happen locally in your city, you'd be surprised how these things will get figured out, okay? You can remove yourself from these things. And I don't mean just going overseas. Long before that, I removed myself physically within my home country. I moved someplace more peaceful. I went to Hawaii. I moved thousands of miles away from the big city that I was living in. No intention of going back. And it de-stressed me. And I needed that. I needed it. I needed it just for my own well-being. And finally, these last couple of years, while so much has been going on, so much madness, all the banks are failing and the market is crashing and there's riots in the street and people, it's like, people are, they're shoplifting so much that they're closing down all the stores in this city and in that city. Yeah, this is what happens. And that's what's gonna happen, whether you are stressed out about it or not. That's what's gonna happen. So I removed myself from all that. And I've never felt better. I've never felt happier. I'm happier with my family. I'm happier with myself and with my life. I'm healthier. In the West, you live by a fear cycle. A constant cycle of after one piece of bad news hits you with the next one. Don't give you any time to think or breathe. From a horrible action with I don't even know what to say here because it's YouTube. I got to be careful what I say. But after one horrible incident takes place in one city on the other side of the country, and you're just starting to chill out from that, the next thing will hit you on the news cycle. A constant cycle of fear, keeping you afraid to leave your house. Oh, the world is coming to an end. When has that not been the case in the news? You can go back 50 years, the world is coming to an end. Go back 100 years. The world is coming to an end. It's all over. You might as well just give up. Well, I'm not giving up. I'm getting out. I got on a plane and got out. And so I'm not worried about the constant fear cycle. Instead, I'm over here relaxing and enjoying myself with these two crazy birds right here. You see them? They're just kind of hanging out. They have a big pheasant display here, and it's kind of like an island in a pond. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about stepping out of the fear cycle. The organizations that do 24/7 bad news, 24/7 hate. Nothing will be worse for your health. Nothing will be worse for your mind. Nothing will keep you in a state of stress more than that. We're over here by the panda bears now. It's actually a beautiful area that they created for them. Ultimately, you have to look at yourself from the angle that these organizations look at you. They don't look at you as a person, they look at you as a consumer. They look at you as a number. Their objective is to keep you afraid all the time, in stress, and thinking that your city, your state, and your country, and your world is constantly in chaos. And I have to tell you, from stepping outside of that cycle, it's not. It's not in constant chaos. It's actually quite peaceful. It's quite beautiful. People are friendly, and people want to get along with each other. Be kind to each other. And turn off these news agencies and these anger farms that just do nothing but have a microphone and hate. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you're all having a great week. I'm absolutely loving Vietnam. It's so enjoyable and very affordable living here. It's just incredible. I'll be doing more videos on how affordable it is to live here. It's just wonderful. And the people are very friendly. Have yourself a great week, and aloha.